Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode here on the SMP. It's time. We have this big scaffolding thing to build, and you might have guessed by now, but it's going to be a tree. We got a bunch of leaves in the intro because it's going to be a very big tree, as you might guess from the scaffolding. Now, the size of the scaffolding is really just to get a good height estimate of how big I wanted it to be. It's actually not going to be really a kind of the shape or anything of this. Of course, it's gonna be that tall-ish. Maybe. It might be taller. It's also not gonna be in this spot. It's going to be like over here somewhere. That way we're a little bit further away from the trees and have a little bit more room to mess around. I think it'll work. We're gonna try and use a happy guest as well on this to kind of like see if it really works very well, but I also have a lot of scaffolding in this shulker box, just in case. There's not really going to be a specific tree that this is modeled after. It's not like this, which is like a pine tree, or this one, which was inspired by a hickory tree, or this one, which is like an oak tree, or anything like that. It's going to be just deciduous tree. It's nothing specific, just tree. And I'm really excited to do this. I'm still gonna try and freehand it, even though it's like 3 times the size of one of these small trees that I usually freehand. I still think I can manage it. So I think we better just get started. This is a lot of tree. Well, we got the main shape of the tree planned out. Now, of course, there's a lot more to do. There needs to be a lot of detail work with the shape. We need to kind of get the trapdoors and slabs and fence post and everything in, but I think this is a really good place to start. It kind of just gives the idea, the general shape of the tree. It gives me a little bit of an idea of where the branches are going to split off from different places. I think this one up here, the one that splits right there, that one might need to be a little lower down, but a lot of the stuff will be revised and swapped out and changed as we go. A lot of the texture is going to change. Of course, right now it's looking very gray. We're going to swap it out with a lot of brown, spruce, and oak logs and stuff, and acacia wood too, a little bit. It'll look nice, but I think we just gotta keep working. Fair warning, we're in the ugly phase. You know the phase like whenever you're drawing or painting or whatever, and like it looks really bad, but you know eventually it's gonna like look good if you trust the process, of course. But like right now, it's just bad. We're at that point. That's where we're at right now. It looks questionable. It's that weird, awkward in between, and it has weird shapes going on and weird texturing and colors, and just doesn't look good. I know it's gonna look good eventually, but right now it doesn't look good. So we gotta continue. We gotta trust the process a little bit here. And I think what really helps is adding fence posts. So let me go ahead and yep, I think that looks quite a bit better. I think now we just need to move on to leaves. I think the fence posts, though, do add quite a bit of like visual noise, a little bit of shape to the tree that wasn't there before. So it does make it look quite different, I guess, even though it's not much different if you really think about it. For the leaves, I think we'll just take oak leaves at first and get the general shape, and then we'll mix in the other ones to kind of do a little bit of shading and details and stuff, and yeah, we'll get to that later. We'll just do the shape for now. Well, that is a pretty good tree, but it's not finished yet. Since it is such a big tree, we have the opportunity to add certain details that we couldn't add to these smaller trees, or just didn't because I didn't feel like it. Um, One of those details is shading on all the leaves. We can really kind of texture the tree in such a way that it looks like light is hitting the leaves in a more natural and realistic way that we either couldn't or just didn't do with these smaller trees. I think really it would have been a bit of a waste of time on the smaller trees. They're not really that important, but this being such a big feature piece, I feel like it makes sense to spend a lot of time texturing those leaves. Now getting up there, I feel like scaffolding might not be the best way, which is why I got a happy guess last episode, and it's why we're gonna try to use it. Now it might be a little bit too clumsy and clunky, in which case I'll just go back to using scaffolding. But I think we'll at least try the happy gas because this is really the only project I have on the server right now where I think a happy guest might be useful. So we're gonna at least try it. It might not end up working too well, but let's go ahead and get started. done completely. Like, the whole thing. The tree's done. All the detail work is finished. It was pretty fun making this. It's not probably my best attempt at making a tree like this, but for survival mode, I am more than happy with it. I did all the detail and texturing work as well, so we got all this done down here. It is, like I said, completely finished. Now, the happy guest was actually a lot more useful than I thought it would be, because I figured all these little, like, indents and stuff, it would be hard to reach, and it was. But you could still get in there by hopping off the happy guest for a couple seconds and then hopping back on, and I figure it worked pretty well. It's not really an upgrade, I don't think, to scaffolding, but maybe more of like a side grade where it's just useful for other things, but not as good at certain things. So I don't know. I'll probably still use a lot of scaffolding and maybe use the happy guest again if I have something that is as high up as this tree in the future. But there is more time in this episode, and I figured that we should maybe work on this area right here. Originally, I didn't have any plans for this area, like I didn't have any plans for detailing this bit or anything like that. And I just figured, since I go through here so often to access my storage system, that this space kind of needed a little bit more attention given to it. It's kind of empty. And so I figured, well, what kind of details would look good here? And I think I have a really good idea. I think putting a little dog with like a little dog bed and a dog bowl and stuff in this corner would look really good. But to get a dog in that corner, I first need a dog, and I don't have one. And although there are others wolves on the server, none of them are the variety I want. So we're gonna have to go out into the wilderness, explore, and get a wolf. Oh, here we are. Here's a little wolf. Couple. They tend to spawn in packs, so let's tame this one. Yep, I think this is the kind I want, so let's go ahead and head back. Alright, we're back, and it's time to kind of decorate this area so that our wolf will be at home in this little space. Let's get him over here, just sit him there for now, and decorate this little spot. Well, here is the final little view of the porch. There wasn't really much changed or added to here, just the little dog area and this broom that doesn't look too much like a broom, but does if you're not paying too much attention to it. There is, of course, Rufus here sitting on the dog bed next to his dog bowl, and I gave him a little blue collar because I felt like that kind of matched the area the best. This episode was really more about this tree, though, because I mean, it's a big tree, it's a big project, and it is now finished, which means that the rural area is now finished, which means the only thing left to do is a small section of the town, and then we're done. We got the whole project finished and complete, and all the words, and I mean, it's just kind of getting close to the end here, but we're also getting close to the end of this episode because I'm pretty much out of time here. So thank you guys all for watching, and God bless.